From a previous video, how did bicep strength regression affect your bench? What I found, this is a really good question. It's something I've talked about over the years. At my strongest, and this is the curious part, at my strongest, I focused mainly on the big three with minor variations: squat, bench, dead. And I was eating a lot during the time, so we need to put that as a caveat. My weight went from like 308 to 318 to 346 over like a 5-month period of time. So I was rapid bulking, and this worked wonders for my deadlift and my bench in a short period of time. But what I did during this time, this whole year of training, where I was very minimal and was ended up at my strongest, was that I didn't do a lot of accessory work. I would do a lot of heavy benching with chains, and then the next day I would do squat focused with mild deadlifts or rack pulls, and then heavy benching, and then the next day heavy deadlifts with more moderate squats. So that was basically my program. I didn't do any direct arm work that year. What I found was that despite gaining nearly 40 pounds on the scale, my arms went down by 3/4 to an inch. I lost arm size because I had dropped a more robust, well-rounded programming structure. So my strength went up, my arm size went down, and we can draw a conclusion from that if you are a more advanced lifter, that you don't necessarily, I think for a beginner and intermediate, you're going to need that kind of work to build your base, to build size. I had the size base, so I don't think there was a penalty. So we need to understand that. I don't think this is going to work the same for everybody, but I lost my arm size. But what I learned was that when I didn't train my arms directly, specifically my biceps, the eccentric or the lowering of the weight felt more and more unstable. Okay. I started to pick up more strains in the bicep area. And it felt heavier lowering the weight. Even though I had the strength to press it up, it felt more unstable and heavier lowering the weight. And when I couldn't figure this out for a long time when I was in this phase of training. And when I returned more back to a normal style of training, what I found out was that I felt stronger, more controlled, more stable, lowering the weight when I had a more well-rounded program, not just adding in arm work, but adding in a more well-rounded program, not just doing bench, but doing dumbbell bench and incline bench and push-ups and direct tricep work, skull destroyers and cable tricep push-downs. So I think that's important. I'm certain that I was making strength during that time despite my program because of the rapid food. In that if I would have had a little bit of more well-rounded programming, my strength probably would have been better and my biceps eccentrics probably would have felt stronger. Does that make sense?